When I say burgers and fries, which brand comes to mind? It's probably McDonald's. But today, one of the biggest food chains in the world is facing the heat. McDonald's restaurants in the United Kingdom are facing sexual abuse claims. A BBC investigation has revealed some alarming details. In the last 5 months, more than 100 McDonald's staffers have spoken out against the fast food chain. Some say they were sexually assaulted, others were sexually abused. Some fell prey to racism and homophobia. Girls as young as 17 were groped and harassed almost routinely. Let me tell you about some of the details. They are disturbing to say the least. A 17-year-old employee alleges she was harassed by a colleague 20 years older. She said that the abuser fired racial slurs at her, even talked about showing her his private parts. He said he wanted to make a black and white baby with her. Another 17-year-old was choked and groped by a senior manager. Another shift manager sent her sexually explicit image. It's almost like managers at McDonald's are drunk on power. The allegations are serious. Sexual favors demanded in exchange for vapes. It gets uglier. There's more. What I'm about to tell you will sound like something straight out of a boys' locker room. Another allegation. Some male managers and crew members at McDonald's joked about putting cash bets on which of them could have relations with a new recruit first. Can you imagine the horror? A girl walks into a new workplace, possibly her first one ever, and falls prey to such offensive bets. What impact will it have on her long term? From what the employees have alleged, racist jokes were also the norm. Indians were made fun of for their accent. Pakistanis are called terrorists. Jews face anti-Semitic abuse. Young women are constantly judged for how they look. Allegedly, those considered attractive are stationed at the cash counter to appeal to customers. What does McDonald's have to say for itself? It has one of the youngest workforces in the UK. Some 75% of its employees are aged between 16 and 25. For many, it is their first job. Many of the women who have spoken up were only in their teenage years. A majority of them have complained to their managers or seniors, but their complaints were dismissed. They were not even heard. No action was taken. What about those whose managers were the abusers? Who did they turn to? Who could they turn to? McDonald's is admitting that it has fallen short of expectations. Its chief executive for UK and Ireland, Alistair McCrow, says, and I quote, "There were clearly instances where we have fallen short, and for that we deeply apologize. There is simply no place for harassment, abuse or discrimination of any kind at McDonald's, and we will investigate all allegations brought to us." But here's my problem. This farce has been going on for a while now. For years, McDonald's employees have been coming out to speak. The fast food joint has been trying to save face, making tall claims and woke statements. Case in point, 2018, International Women's Day, McDonald's in California turned the golden arches of its logo upside down to become W. It did the same across all its digital channels. The W was supposed to honor women. The same women who were allegedly being harassed and abused in McDonald's kitchens. Earlier this year in February, the fast food giant signed a legally binding agreement with the UK Equality and Human Rights Commission. In this agreement, it pledged to protect its staff from sexual harassment. McDonald's even had the audacity to say, and I quote, "We already have a strong track record in this area." Does it? The investigation has shown otherwise clearly. If we speak in numbers, 78 employees were sexually harassed, 31 were sexually assaulted. There were 18 allegations of racism, while 6 people accused McDonald's of homophobia. These figures are just from the last 5 months, imagine that, and just from the United Kingdom. This is one of the UK's largest private sector employer we are talking about. More than 170,000 people work in 1,450 McDonald's restaurants. But of what use is that if the fast food giant cannot take responsibility? If it cannot ensure a safe working environment for its employees? If it cannot take complaints against sexual abuse and racism seriously? Why do managers at McDonald's feel so entitled? There has to be something wrong with the system. This is the reality behind the cheery red and yellow colors of McDonald's. We hope the fast food chain, the giant, takes some action and soon, instead of making these statements and doing PR. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.